Well, this is the title is Samson Part 2, Answering Questions. And the last time I spoke, a couple weeks ago, we looked at the story of Samson, the man who before conception was to be a Nazirite, who in his life, his time on earth, his job was to free or start to free Israel from the Philistines. That was his job. And I read that. So let's start again. Let's recap for a little bit. Judges 13 and 5. For lo, thou shalt conceive. And this is an angel talking to Samson's mother. To bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head. For the child shall be a Nazirite unto God from the womb. And he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. God wanted that message delivered. And we'll examine that a little closer today. I was asked about different things I said in Samson, but I narrowed it down to 2 points that I want to talk about today. So let's look at the story again. Who was Samson? What was this man? What did he do? Was he fun to be around? Was he soft-spoken? Was he kind? How about loving? Samson. You don't think of loving when you think of him, do you? Was he considerate to his mom, his mother? No. He griped at her. He was not a quiet man who had control of his human desires. We all have human desires. That's the way we're built. But we need to control them. Some of them, sometimes. Now, let me tell you, I picked 2 scriptures to describe this man. Judges 14 and 19. Judges 14 and 19. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, Samson, and he went down to Ashkelon and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave a change of garments unto them, which expounded the riddle. So he made up this riddle, and he thought, nah, I got this it's in the bag. I'm going to get these people's money. And it didn't happen. It backfired. And it continues here. And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. So in order to pay his debt bill, he had to go down and kill 30 people, take their goods. That's not enough to describe this man. Let's go down to Judges 16 and 1. Judges 16:1. Now I'm reading from the Bible. And I told you last time that it's a crude story. It's not a bedtime tale of Samson. In 16:1. Then went Samson down to Gaza and saw there a harlot and went in to her. So he couldn't control his urges. Okay? So that's the man we're talking about. Rough and tumble. And that's being kind. Now, the first question I got was about the jawbone of the ass. What? A jawbone? What did he struck people with that? So I want to take you where I had to go. Let's start with a closer look of the jawbone of the ass. And the question was, could you use the jawbone as a weapon? There's dozens of pictures on different websites of the jawbone of a donkey. It's a long bone with teeth on the small end, and the large end has a upswung bone. And that's where your hinge is. You all have that. And that's called the ramus, R-A-M-U-S, the ramus. You go to your dentist, you have trouble with your jaw, you say, it hurts right here, doc, by my ramus. He'll fall over probably because that's right. Now you have a tool to fight with. You grab the small end and you got this big bone on the end. And there's about 16 inches. Nowadays, that's called a nightstick. If you watch TV, some cops carry them. When I was young, all cops carried them because he'd smack you in the head. Now, I got more for you. Scroll down and go to the Facebook or Getty Images or any of those types of things. And you can see, click on them, and you can see artwork and tattoos featuring the donkey's jawbone. What a world. And I want you to think about it as I did. I was surprised. It seems though a lot of people have read the book of Samson and they went out and got a tattoo. What? Of a jawbone. That's what happens. You don't need to see the reality of a mixed up world, but it's there. So the answer is yes, you can use the jawbone for a weapon. And he did. So that answers that question. The second question, can a Nazirite, after they take the vows and don't cut their hair, can they touch or even come near a dead animal or a body? Some people think, that doesn't pertain to a dead animal in that. So let's look at that. Let's go to Numbers 6 and 5. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come on his head, until the days be fulfilled, in the which he separates himself unto the Lord. So when you take the vow of a Nazirite, you're taking a big step. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of his hair grow. And Numbers 6:6. All the days that he separate himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. Now remember that word is 6:6 in body. We're going to reference that. And 6:7, and he shall not make himself unclean for his father or for his mother or for his brother or for his sister when they die, because the consecration of his God is upon his head. So if you have a family member die, you can't go to the funeral or them and sit around and cry. He didn't want you to do that. And women can do this too. Become a Nazirite at the time. And so death is something you don't want to fool with. You don't want to touch it, see it. You stay away from it. Is that hard to understand? No. All the days of his separation, he is holy unto the Lord. That's why. Numbers 6:9. And if any man die very suddenly by him, and he hath defiled his head by his conservation, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleaning. On the seventh day he shall shave it. So he has to go back and make a sacrifice. Okay? So you're sitting in a restaurant and someone dies by you. You have to go back and start over with your vows. So let's look at this body, that word body. Nephesh. It's in 6:6. We read it. Now, H5, it's Hebrew 53:15. And it's from 53:14. Properly, a breathing creature that is animal or abstract, virtually used very widely in a literal, accommodated, or figure. Dusty can help me with this. But you understand, it can be an animal. What kind of animal? One that breathes. Even fish breathe. They have gills. And that's how they operate. A beast, a body, a breath creature. And it goes on. And when you look up this word, H5315, it's a big space on Strong's book. Most of them is just a little line or two. But he wanted to, in the language, cover it completely. This word is body, the word body is found in Strong's 8 times. So it has special meaning. So let's keep going here on Judges. Judges 14:8. And after a time he returned to take her, his wife. He was going to see this woman and take her as his wife. And he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion. And behold, remember, he killed a lion. And bees, honeybees, they'll build a hive in them, probably inside of the carcass. Why do I think? Because for a couple, 3 years, we had a hive of honeybees, and they really like a place where they can get inside and it's all dark and it's protected from the weather. And there they can make their honey. And once in a while, when the hive gets too many drones, they swarm. And the female will make another, work coincide with other bees, and they make a queen. So the queen will fly off. And we had that happen. They fly up in a tree and they swarm. And then what? They go make another hive. So I know that they were really happy in the hive with just the right amount of bees, and the room was fine, and the ants and the bugs can't get to them. And they have soldiers that guard the hive. And behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And so let's look up carcass, and we're in Judges 14:8. And remember, this is the lion that Samson killed, and he tore it up, dismembered it. And it's H4658, a carcass in ruin. That's one place it's used others. But it's in a carcass, a dead body that's been destroyed. It's in a ruin, like a building that's fallen down. 14:9, and he took therefore in his hands, and went on eating, and came to his father and mother, and gave them, and they did eat. So he got this honey out of a dead lion, probably rotting a little bit, and he ate it, and they gave it to his parents. Now, this is a little strange. I don't want my boys getting honey out of a dead carcass. But does it go against the Nazirite vow? But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. Now, it changes here. Instead of using the carcass above, it changes from I read this, H4658 to 14H1472. And it means alive or dead carcass. A carcass. And you find out they used another time, 1465 is a body whether dead or alive. So did Samson violate his vow to God by taking honey from the lion's carcass? I think he did. And we go, if you want to reference again, go to numbers 6:6 and 6:8. And why he didn't tell his parents. It's a little strange that you wouldn't tell your mom and dad where you got this bunch of honey. the problem against touching or mourning the dead with his situation teaches the level of dedication required by those who made this commitment. It's dedication. And we can see that he messed up by visiting women of ill repute and other things, killing people to pay off your debt, and there's so much more. It's a powerful reminder of your calling, of my calling. We have to do the best we can do with what we have to do it. And we are so blessed with these facilities. I saw this man go in a church and disrupted the services. And it bothered me. I've read different churches. Someone breaks in and causes mayhem. It's not pleasant. And things are going to change, brother. Like it or not, we're facing change. But you should be strong. God's blessed you with these stories and understanding. And boy, Dusty nailed it today. We can even take classes in Hebrew. We can do things that we should. My wife's so busy all the time. So keep the faith, brother. It's important. It's important if you do it. It's important to the rest of the body here, and all you people out there in the computer land. You know, it's very important, your health and what you do. So hang in there.